Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, everyone. I request you to please keep your cell phones on silent mode. And we welcome you all to this session on Transferable Development Rights and Transit-Oriented Zones, TOZ as a Tools for Urban Renewal. So this is a fourth session of the Masterclass Series 1.0, wherein we have Shri N.K. Patel as an esteemed speaker. And this program is in association with Ahmedabad Management Association, GCCI, and also ITPI, Gujarat Regional Chapter. So now I request everyone to please rise for National Anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Now I request Shri Deepak Patel, President of GICA, to deliver a welcome address.
ગુડ ઇવનિંગ ફ્રેન્ડ્સ. હવે આજનો પ્રોગ્રામ તો એવો છે કે મારે વેલકમ કહેવાનું છે, તો આપણા કમિટી મેનેજિંગ કમિટીના મેમ્બર્સ, જીઆઈસીએના મેમ્બર્સ, એ બધાને તો વેલકમ કહેવાનું જ છે, પણ આપણા પ્રિય પટેલ સાહેબને પણ વેલકમ કહેવાનું છે. 1947થી આપણી જીઆઈસીએનું સ્થાપના થઈ, આજે લગભગ 77 વર્ષ થયા છે. પણ હું એવું માનું છું કે મારા કરતાં આ સંસ્થા પટેલ સાહેબની ઘણી બધી વધારે છે, એટલે એમને વેલકમ કહેવું એ કેવું લાગે એમ. પટેલ સાહેબે 25-30 વર્ષથી આ સંસ્થાને પોતાના પરસેવાને લોહીથી સિંચેલી છે, અને ફાઇનાન્શિયલી આ સંસ્થાને મજબૂત બનાવવામાં એમનો ખૂબ મોટો ફાળો છે. તો એવા પટેલ સાહેબને આપણે તાળીઓના ગડગડાટથી વેલકમ કરીએ. 1947થી આપણે પબ્લિક અવેરનેસ પ્રોગ્રામ, ટેકનિકલ ટૂર્સ, સ્પોર્ટ્સ ઇવેન્ટ્સ, એન્વાયરમેન્ટલ પ્રોગ્રામ્સ ને એવા બધા પ્રોગ્રામ્સ આપણે જે કરીએ છીએ, એ પ્રોગ્રામની એક જે લિંક છે એ પૈકીની આ એક લિંક છે. અને પ્લાન ધ માસ્ટર ક્લાસ સિરીઝ 1 એ નામની એક પટેલ સાહેબ એક સિરીઝ આપી રહ્યા છે, જે પૈકીના 4 પ્રોગ્રામમાંથી 3 પ્રોગ્રામ ગુજરાત ગ્રોથ અંડર ઇન્ડિયન ઇન્ફ્લુઅન્સ ઓન 28/12/2024 થઈ ગયો. રીડેવલપમેન્ટ ટૂલ ફોર ધ અર્બન રિન્યુઅલ ઓન એ 18/1/2025 થઈ ગયો. પોસ્ટ ઇન્ડિપેન્ડન્સ ન્યૂ ટાઉન એ 28/1/2025 થઈ ગયો. અને આજનો જે ચોથો પ્રોગ્રામ છે એ પ્રોગ્રામ ટ્રાન્સફરેબલ ડેવલપમેન્ટ રાઇટ્સ TDR અને ટ્રાન્ઝિટ ઓરિએન્ટેડ ઝોન TOZ, એ બંને ઉપરનો પ્રોગ્રામ છે. પટેલ સાહેબ આ વિષયના નિષ્ણાત છે અને એમને સાંભળવાની આપણને ખૂબ જ મજા આવશે. પટેલ સાહેબ માટે એમને ITPIના પ્રેસિડેન્ટ છે, સન બિલ્ડર્સના ચેરમેન છે અને GICAના મેન્ટર છે. એવા પટેલ સાહેબને આપણે એ સંસ્થા માટે અને એના માટે એટલું બધું યોગદાન છે કે આપણે જો એમના માટે એક નાનકડી ડોક્યુમેન્ટરી બનાવીએ તો પણ ઓછી પડે એવું છે. થેન્ક યુ વેરી મચ. આઈ વેલકમ ઓલ. થેન્ક યુ.
Now I request Shri Rakesh Bhai Parekh, Honorary Secretary of GICA, to introduce the subject and the speaker.
થેન્ક યુ. ગુડ ઇવનિંગ. આમ તો દીપકભાઈ પટેલ જે આપણા પ્રેસિડેન્ટ છે એમણે બધી માહિતી આપી જ દીધી છે, બેઝિક મારા ભાગે આવ્યું છે, પણ એમણે પટેલ સાહેબ માટે અને સબ્જેક્ટ માટે જે ખરેખર સચોટ માહિતી હતી આપી છે, પણ હું તે છતાં મારી ફરજ નિભાવું છું કે બેઝિક પટેલ સાહેબ જે છે એ આપણા મેન્ટર છે, એક્ટિવ છે, અને પ્લસ તેઓ પોતે સિવિલ એન્જિનિયર બી સિવિલ એન્જિનિયર છે, અને તેઓએ ભૂતકાળમાં અવડામાં અમદાવાદ અર્બન ડેવલપમેન્ટ કોર્પોરેશનમાં ટાઉન પ્લાનર તરીકે તેમણે જોબ કરેલી છે. એ પછી તેઓએ બિઝનેસ પોતાનો શરૂ કર્યો. સન બિલ્ડર્સના તેઓ ઓનર છે. એ ઉપરાંત તેઓ વિઝિટિંગ ફેકલ્ટી તરીકે સેપ્ટ, નિરમા, અનંત નેશનલ યુનિવર્સિટીમાં પણ જાય છે, અને ઓપન બાબા સાહેબ આંબેડકર ઓપન યુનિવર્સિટીમાં પણ તેઓ એક્ટિવ છે. હાલમાં ITPIના ઇન્ડિયન ટાઉન પ્લાનિંગના એ ગવર્મેન્ટ એટલે સેન્ટ્રલ લેવલે એ પોતે ચેરમેન છે. સૌથી અગત્યનું એ બહુ મહત્ત્વનું વસ્તુ છે, અને આને લીધે જ તેઓ આપણને TDR ટ્રાન્સફરેબલ ડેવલપમેન્ટ રાઇટ્સ અને ટ્રાન્ઝિટ ઓરિએન્ટેડ ઝોન્સ એ બંને કી સબ્જેક્ટ્સ જે છે અર્બન પ્લાનિંગના, એ પોતે એઝ એ અર્બન પ્લાનર તરીકે આપણને માહિતગાર કરશે. અને ટ્રાન્ઝિટ ઓરિએન્ટેડ ડેવલપમેન્ટ પ્રિન્સિપલ્સ પ્રમોટ્સ હાઈ ડેન્સિટી મિક્સ્ડ યુઝ ઓફ ડેવલપમેન્ટ એરાઉન્ડ માસ ટ્રાન્ઝિટ કોરિડોર્સ. આ વિશે તેઓ આપણને સૌથી વધારે સવિસ્તાર માહિતી આપશે. આપ સૌ શાંતિથી એ માહિતી આપણે લઈશું એવું હું આશા રાખું છું. મિસ્ટર IP ગૌતમ સાહેબ, જેઓ સડનલી એમની વિઝિટને લીધે હાજર રહી શક્યા નથી, એમની ટૂરને લીધે, એ પણ હું આપને જાણ કરું છું. અને હવે વધારે સમય ન લેતા આપણે પટેલ સાહેબ પાસેથી માહિતી ઉપલબ્ધ કરાવીશું. થેન્ક યુ.
So now I request Patel sir to deliver his presentation.
First of all, I'm overwhelmed by Deepak Bhai and Rakesh Bhai, the concerned president and secretary has told about me. I feel I am privileged, and I also feel that I am a common member like you. Then and then, I can do something, otherwise not. Nowadays, we have to do more and more academic, professional work by GIC. Always, Chirag Bhai says, okay, now we had enough fun. So do such technical program frequently. Do. So in that connection, I decided to deliver 4 master class. So it is a first year, so it is a series 1. But I request Deepak Bhai and the concerns, Nitish Bhai, that this series should go ahead. So for the next year, choose the subject which may be nearby each other or peripheral subject, and call any one dignitary or 4 dignitary. Sometimes the dignitary may not be available for all the 4 occasions. So it should be a permanent feature. Okay, like in few institutes there are some memorial lecture, there is a foundation day lecture. So there are such series is there, and we have to do it. And when we have to do it, I will request that create one small account. So in future also, the next generation will also see, oh, this is the 25 lakhs and we are getting the interest of it, and that we cannot use for general purpose, and that can be only and only utilized for master class series. Sometime may, due to ABC reasons, out of 4, it may be 2 classes or 3 classes. But the series should go ahead, and in that case, you can put a name of a series. If we found a some donor or a supporter or a co-sponsor. This is a masterclass knowledge series, GICA, and for that year it has been supported by ABC organization or an individual. Or permanently we are getting some 25-30 lakhs. So permanently we can name this series. Now, TDR is a buzzword. TDR is a buzzword. We all know transferable development right. So what was the vision and what is the impact? And particularly nowadays, why TDR is very much required. Earlier, after the 91-92, when India chose a globalization path, so some PPP, various type of PPP model has been derived. But at a small municipality like Visnagar or a small municipality of Viramgam, they cannot do such PPP model. Why? It's not lucrative. And in that case, the beneficiaries are not taxed. When you do a very good garden, so the land adjacent to the garden will have a price hike. Or if you buy a land or some slum erupts, then the price will go down. So in that case, this is the excellent tool. So this is the guideline. UDPFI guideline. UDPFI means Urban Development Plan Formulation Instruction. So this is a big book of urban planning in India. So you will find what should be the density, what should be the road width, what should be the footpath, what should be the open spaces, for how many population there should be a primary school, higher secondary school, for how many population the dispensary or, so there are n number of the things are there. So in that case, in first time, in 1996, there is a mention of TDR. So development right to transfer the potential of a plot designated for a public purpose in a plan. So at that time it was made specifically for Mumbai. In development plan, your land is in a reservation of Bombay Municipal Corporation housing or a hospital or anything. So they don't want to acquire. Instead of that, they started giving FSI. Now in in 2015, this government is very much understand and need of a urban planning. In 2023, first time the finance minister has spoke urban word in his budgetary speech, and that was also more than a dozen times. So need of a urban infrastructure, need of a urban poor, need of a urban poor inclusion, need of a sustainable urban development, like that. So here they have put up, earlier it was only for the reservation, but in this second definition they have included road widening and all other things to be included in URDP FI guidelines. So which is a Gita of all the state and all the cities. Now in the 2020, the Niti Aayog, right? So they call it a virtual development right. So in physically there is no land. So that transferable certificate, which is a virtual, you have to put on an existing any land. So that TDR certificate will mention the area, where to surrender, how to surrender. And it has been openly supported that the landowner can trade the TDR certificate. He can sell the TDR certificate. So let's go to the worldwide history. So first concept was in New York, that is in 1968. So within 2 years, this concept was very much successful. So in other 17 cities of USA has adopted the TDR concept. And by 1990, 30 countries of the world have accepted this TDR in their development control regulation. Suppose a few of us must have visited New York. So there is a Central Park, so huge park. So it was not a land which has been government land, or it is not a land which has been acquired. It is not a land that they have reclaimed, like Bombay Reclaim. So it was a private ownership land, and by giving TDR, they were able to create this huge urban forest kind of things that is a Central Park. If we go to the history of TDR, as I said you, so Maharashtra government and the Bombay Municipal Corporation, at that time it was not Mumbai, so I have written BMC, started this concept in 1975-78. But at that time it was known as a floating FSI. When we were studying engineering in 77-78. So we have heard that, what is that floating FSI? What is that terminology? And they were giving, if you surrender your land which is going in a development plan reservation, so for 1 square meter you have to surrender 0.5 square meter. And that you can use elsewhere. So under this regulation, you can see how many land they have got since 89. 117 lakh square meter. એટલે 1,70,00,000 ચોરસ મીટર જમીન in Mumbai they have obtained through this mechanism. After Mumbai, Ahmedabad started the TDR, now in Pune, Nagpur, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Guwahati, Chennai, all city. If we talk about the states are then Andhra, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal. These are the state, those who are implementing the TDR policy. So what is TDR? So TDR allows higher FSI, so developer can build more unit on the same land. If the land is 1,000 square meter and FSI is 1, so he can construct only 1,000 square meter. Or FSI is 2, then they can construct 2,000 square meter. But here, they can add upon the TDR. So instead of 1,000 square meter, if they purchase the TDR, they can construct another 1,000 square meter. Or if it is 2,000 square meter, they can add 1,000 square meter. So it's allow more construction for the developer. Government body does not have to purchase the land. Otherwise, they have to acquire. And by that, TDR to the landowner, thereby making the process very faster process, efficient, and easily this TDR can be sold in a general market and they can get the money also. TDR is, as I said, it is tradable in open market. And now, if you see how it happens, so it benefits all the actors. The landowner, otherwise his land is in a reservation. If he is powerful, then he may manage the revocation of reservation. But a common man cannot do that. The developers are getting more FSI, so in the same project, with the same perks, they can construct, instead of 100 houses, now they can construct 125 houses. Their perks and other things remains the same. ULB, so urban local body means a municipal corporation. So they are also benefited. They have not to spend, and by doing that, few other things are also implemented. So how TDR, as I said you, it is a 117 lakh square meter land has been obtained. So most of the salaries of slums is used in this. And I think a few of our GICA colleagues, when we visited, I think in 2004 or 2005, Mumbai visit, then in Mahalakshmi area, we visited one iconic building which was on a Malabar hill, I think, near our respected Ambani's house. At that time, Ambani's house was under construction. We saw from the 24th, 25th story. So in the same campus, there was a 18-storied building. So slum dweller from that mill, closed mill, they had been given there. And we were also surprised, including myself, how this slum dweller will stay in a 16-story building, where only 10-storied were available in 2004-5. And second thing is, there was up to 3 or 4 stories, there was a parking also. And Sapurji Palanji was a contractor. So this has been done long back in Mumbai. And earlier in Mumbai is a typical case. Basic Mumbai, that is a island Mumbai, island city. And then the Parla and other area is a suburbs, western suburbs. There are some eastern suburbs. So what they are doing, all this mill and other land were in island city, either in Lower Parel or in a Bombay Central or such area where having textile mill. So the TDR is generated from that area and it has been sent to Parla, Andheri and other area. So there is a donor area, that is a island Mumbai, and receiving area, that was the suburbs of Mumbai. And generally, central city is always a donor area and suburban area is a receiving area. This is just, what is the duration? Suppose if somebody got a 1 crore rupees TDR certificate by surrendering his land. So minimum 10 to 15 years. I have written 10 in this. So this is just like your fixed deposits FD. Why? If a land price is a 50,000 square meter, you are getting suppose 3 FSI. Now after 5 years that 50,000 square meter land price will go to 90,000 square meter. Right? So your FSI quantum remains, that is in square meter, remains the same. So now you are getting the proportionate land ratio as a FSI of a 90,000 market price. Then again you keep for a 10 years, then it is a 1.5 lakhs. So earlier it was so you can sell in a portion also in various subdivisions. You can keep the certificate with you. So now we can understand the characteristic of TDR, virtual development right, may be market driven, but successful in vibrant real estate market. If this tool I want to utilize, as I said you, one is Vishnanagar and one is Viranga. Is it possible? So no. Where TDR, there is no active real estate market. Only there will be few plots which are getting suppose a basic 2 FSI. They can have, due to their strategic and premium location, they can add 2 floors by purchasing this TDR. But that is near the bus stop, near the railway stations, near the chalk. But what about the other things? So they will go half a kilometer ahead, but they will not construct and generally in such small town, apartments are still not preferable. So maybe market driven, in a successful, vibrant market, encourage private participation. What happened? In Ahmedabad also there is my following one slide will come, but private people are purchasing this TDR certificate. They know land prices are going day by day and TDR certificate value is directly attached with the land prices. So somebody is investing and somebody is getting who is given a land free of cost to ULB. So that investment is not done by landowner or not done by the municipal corporation, but by a investor. So sometimes the landowner may be the investor, he may not sell, but these are the chances. So when you start, suppose you think a case study of Sabarmati riverfront development. From first day, Sudhir Kaka arranged, I think in 2003 or 4, Dr. Bimal Patel, Padma Shri, his project on paper. So he said that out of the this much hectare land, we will sell only 15% land, and remaining 85% will go in a public spaces, gardens, open spaces, and road. And it has happened. Which he has shown us has been happened. But suppose at that time it was already shown us that these are the land to be sold to the private developer to construct the private real estate. So suppose if they had sold it during those days, so few investors must have bought it. So from that money you can start the Sabarmati riverfront development. But they didn't sell. And they approached the HUDCO and they got something around 1,800 crore loan. And from that loan, they constructed Sabarmati riverfront development, and now they are disposing. Recently one plot has been disposed and they got something around 200 crore. So this is just, there is a sending area, as I told you, and there is a receiving area. So sending area are sending development rights certificate to the receiving area. And what the receiving area, what the developer of that receiving area are sending the dollars. Matlab the money they are sending back to the landowner. So the success and failure, there should be enabling regulatory framework. 1 square meter in Ahmedabad case is a 50,000 rupees. If a clerk from municipal corporation who maintains that, okay, this is for 10-15 years, if it is not properly secured, so regulatory framework is very much required. If FSI is 5.4, okay, suppose in Ahmedabad, we had a FSI 5.4 on our CBD, that is Assam Road. We had a FSI 2.7 generally in all other area, eastern or western part. We had a, in TOZ, which is my next topic, we had a 4 FSI. And in R2 area, 1.2 FSI, the Sindhu Bhavan Road or Ambli Bhopal Road or near Sealer Circle, which are the upcoming hot real estate hotspot. But their FSI is only 1.2 or 1.8. So they buy. So if you have provided 5.4 FSI all across the city, then nobody will buy or TDR certificate. And there are n number of reasons. They are getting enough FSI. If you construct more than 5.4 FSI, the project instead of 2.5 years, it may go to 4 years. Your capital investment will be increased. Your interest on capital will be increased. So there are n number of the things, and particularly Ahmedabad real estate market is very sensitive and a very smart real estate market. Generally, they buy when you start the finishing, particularly in residential. They know that always there is a good supply in Ahmedabad real estate market. So very few residential unit you can sell while you are digging your foundation. So encouraging the liberal development control regulation. Suppose in 2.7, in most of the Ahmedabad case, now you can put another 0.9 on it. But your bylaws is not cooperative to consume more FSI. So your height and your setback should be designed in such a fashion that 5.4 FSI I have consumed in my West Bank, that is Assam Road project, in 14-story building, 45 meter. Now if I want to construct, I want to buy the TDR and put the TDR in that project, 5.4 plus. So there was a chance I can have a 22-story building and I can put. So your DCR, Development Control Regulations, should be liberal. Otherwise, there is a TDR certificate, but when he go for a plan sanctioning, they say no. Then first time in 2020, there is a official TDR bank. I will tell you a very interesting story. Our Sudhir Kaka, is one of the friends' land was going on a road widening. So he was getting some 245 square meters. So he approached me. Then I said, okay, we need 3,000, 4,000 square meters. So the procedure is the same. right? And this is your friend, but it belongs to HUA. We have to do the due diligence also for such small piece of, or heritage TDR. So generally we don't buy heritage TDR. It's very small. So in that case, there is a must requirement. Particularly, I will request the heritage committee member to put this thing, heritage TDR and such small TDR, there should be a TDR bank run by the Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation. So anybody online can see if a small developer who is constructing some 7-story building and if he want to buy 50 or 100 square meter TDR, so he doesn't know. We know. These are the consultant or a broker who deals in TDR. These are the TDR producing developer. These are the developer who have got the last slum tenders, and now they must have got, like our ex-GICA president who has died just now, RJP. His son is doing excellently well. Contractor, he's a AA class contractor, RJP, Parikh. Keval is doing. So his father was a very senior member of our GICA. He just passed away some 4-6 months before. So for TDR, only anybody can do. So any contractor can also do these things. So these are the advantage and disadvantage, which has been told by me. There should be a transparent digital platform, which is not there. In a non-active real estate market, it may not work. Right? But when we go for such academic or practical lessons, always say, TDR, everybody wins. And as I said you, developer, by constructing more, his profit is more. Owner of the land receives market compensation. Public enjoys many health, environment, and economic and social and sustainable benefit. Land trust. This is very interesting thing. Land trust, Country Farm Land Preservation Board. Suppose, take a case of Behramunga School, which is on Assam Road. Their FSI is 5.4. Now, 2 times Assam Road has been widened. Dinesh Bhai and other Deepak Bhai may be knowing. So widening of Ashram Road or his Bhagwati Chambers was 2 times in Priyavadan Bhai's. So what to do with that? Behramunga Trust doesn't have any expansion, or if they have an expansion, they will go away. Okay, now it is mid the city, right? But there 4,000 or 5,000 square meter land has been gone in a road widening. So still before 2 years there was no provision. Okay, when you construct new building here, we will give you more FSI on the same land. That is in situ. But now they can surrender the land and they will have this 4,000 or 5,000 square meter. And right now 5 is a price. So, and 40,000 is a Jantri rate of Assam Road. Maybe it is nearer, so 50,000. So 50,000 into 5 into 5. So anybody can help. Good mathematics. So what is the total rupees they will get? It's a 125 crore. Right? So they are getting 125 crore by just surrendering. So their location is here. The sentiment of their trustees, their donor remains the same. There are various names in the, so that donor's name will remain, Sabhapati, Sabhagrutis, that all will remain. And they are getting this money. So they can use either developing in situ or they can buy another land. Like Panjrapol, very classic example. Panjrapol, this Gohal Intercity and all land belong to the Panjrapol Trust. And they sold this land in 1981-82 to some of the developer. And they got huge money. And that money, they buy the land just ahead the Arvind upland, where the prices are more than 30,000-40,000. So and this land, particularly for the grazing of their guy and pasus, kettles. So it was not possible after 80 to maintain that land. So through TDR, one can do such things like Atma House. So they must be having, I'm talking about the Assam Road. So if they are getting 5-7 crores, so right now the Atma, that is Ahmedabad Textile Mill Owners Association, Lee Carbuzer's excellent, our heritage landmark building. But they don't have to preserve, they don't have money. So these are the things, everybody wins. Flexibility, so you can decide that this area will be donor area, this area will be receiving area. You can preserve some land. Suppose in case of Nehru Foundation. So they want to preserve. Nehru Foundation is an urban jungle. You have to preserve it. But Nehru Foundation land not belongs to people. Land is not belongs to government. Land belongs to that trust. So you are giving them TDR, right? So you will say you are utilizing only 0.5 FSI, so your 2.7 is eligible. So 2.7 in minus 0.5, so 2.2 is your FSI into 20,000 square meter. So you sell it, and they can sell in a span of 10-15 years. So these are the general formula, how it has been calculated. This is a Mumbai case where TDR originated from Borivali. So area is 2,000 square meter. Jantri rate, that is RR rate, ready reckoner. In Mumbai it is known as. So it is a 70,700. This is a figure of 2016. So it is consumed at Khar. So you know Borivali is here and Khar is nearer to Bandra, so nearer to the island city. So in that case, the prices are 1,82,000 is a ready reckoner rate. So this is a simple 2,000 into 72,000 divided by 1,82,000. So they will get only 800 square meter TDR if they are putting in a car. But the reverse case, if they go from Borivali to Mira Road or Bhayandar, then that's 2,000 will go to 3,500, 4,000 like that. So this is a stakeholders involvement. In some cases, cooperative housing society. In Ahmedabad, in Western Ahmedabad, there are various cooperative society and their land has been already deducted in a road widening. And they are happy with it. They don't want to go to redevelopment. But they can encash that money and they can use that money for society's overall benefit. So it is a difference between how the land acquisition and TDR. I think I have covered all that. Right now, this is a 15 state is implementing this TDR according to the Niti Aayog. And in some cases, as I said, their building bylaws or their Town Planning and Urban Development Act were not accommodative. So they amended the act and they make a dedicated policy for TDR. Few states has a dedicated TDR policy. And it is for a redevelopment of slums, rapidly urbanizing city like Hyderabad, Ahmedabad, Mumbai. So this is a data of a Mumbai. You can see in road they got 11 lakh square meter. This is the old data as on 2016. It is not today's data. In reservation, some 30 lakh square meter. Slums, see the major share is the slums. So 74 lakh square meter and heritage, you see heritage. Only 2,100 square meter TDR is generated in heritage. So if we go by percentage, so 10% is road TDR. This is a Mumbai case. 28% is a TDR by reservation. as per the 96 UDPFI guidelines. Heritage is 0.02 and 61.4 is a slum. Again, this is a Mumbai chart, road reservation, all that things. So, in 1960 plan, there was a reservation, and that reservation, they got acquired since 75, 78 in Mumbai. Then and then this huge lakh square meter land, they were able to get it. So in 91 plan, it has been introduced, more use in situ slum rehabilitation. And these are the various sections of their act. So they had created SRA, Slum Rehabilitation Agency. So SRA is one SPV. So in municipal corporation, it is a ownership of Bombay Municipal Corporation, but municipal commissioner will not have a time to see and took the decision. Like if somebody is knowing our slum committee, TDR committee, after 8 months, it was called. So all the people, those who have constructed the slum, and it is to be sanctioned in that committee. So all are waiting. They have to start the construction. They have started the construction, but there was no certificate in there. So SRA has a very important role. Mechanism of slums in Mumbai. TDR through DCR SRL. This development control regulation, I told you it should be very accommodative. This is a Gujarat. You can see in Gujarat, slum TDR is 86%, while heritage is only 0.52. I have written the terminology Gujarat, but it is Ahmedabad. This is for the Ahmedabad. So road TDR is 1.33, public housing redevelopment is 11%. So here also you can see 86% is a slum. And this is very old figure. Some 20,000 hutmen before 2018 has been, 20,000 hutmen means, a Golbai Tekra hutmen we all have seen. It is having around 600 to 700 huts. So 20 by 6 or 700. So how many cluster has been already developed, like Lakhudi, Talaudi and other. This is the figure before 2018 or 19. So right now, instead of 20,000, there may be another 40, 45,000 household has been benefited. So this is also Ahmedabad. Share of different type of TDR. This is a Telangana, Karnataka. And these are the various. There is a slum TDR, heritage TDR, public housing TDR, road line TDR, and slum TDR. So these are the various TDR. These are the criticism. I have all the things which I narrated is a positive. Land acquisition is not to be done. Corporation or public agency has not to spend for acquiring land. Easily road widening happens. But you are maximizing the sellable area. You are giving the TDR, and that TDR they will utilize in a project where 2.7 is already they are getting, or 4 they are already getting, and then they put. So, excessive construction. In that the same area, there will be excessive construction. And due to that, there will be more congestion in the suburban area. This is the critique generally. But in Ahmedabad, it is not a critique. Why? We had a very sound town planning scheme. And through that, we had an excellent road network. So they can consume more houses also in the same area. Farmland protection, I told you, natural resources protection. So what you are doing, Okay, suppose your land is in a green belt. So nearby you are getting 2.7. So they will say 0.7 FSI you can use here. So you continue the farm use or nursery or orchard. But two, we are issuing a TDR certificate, so you sell it. So if there is a undeveloped bigger green plot like CN Vidyalaya, right? So in CN Vidyalaya there are n number of the parcels are there. So if they want to sell, right? So then there will not be a plantation, the heritage value will go, more traffic will be generated. So what they'll do, you keep with you only in CN Hospital, CN Trust ownership only, but we'll give you some TDR. So earmark boundary will not have now 2.7, we'll have some lesser FSI or FAR. Mumbai SRS, Ahmedabad Slum Rehabilitation Scheme, Slum TDR, Heritage TDR. And I told you about the floating FSI. I already told about that. Conclusion, specific TDR mechanism is to be evolved. And when you are selling that land certificate, so your land dispute will go with that land certificate. If two brothers are fighting for their property right, and one is a owner, in Satbar Utara he is a owner, and other guy is in a district court, he is filing, there is a 50% my share, right? So corporation will issue, they will acquire the land and they will give you the road TDR. And that brother will sell the TDR to somebody. So after 5, 10, 15 years, if the brother lose and 50%, then there is a title issues. It should be taken care of, that issue. Transparent digital trading like Hyderabad for TDR trading. And there is an interdepartmental coordination. The plan sanctioning is done by town planning office. Your road area has been taken by estate department. And road construction is done by engineering department. So sometimes there is a lack of coordination between these interdepartmental things. In some cases, receiving and demanding zones are not there. Now, this is very important point. TDR should be allowed to be loaded directly above base FSI instead of premium FSI of receiving zone. Sometimes what happens? If 2.7 is a FSI in R1 zone, your base FSI, which is a free FSI, base means, is suppose 1.2. So remaining 1.5, you are paying 40% of Jantri rate and you are buying. So that is a sellable FSI. So that is a premier FSI. If somebody says, I am getting, I don't want to construct more, but your premium FSI is very costly and I want to have TDR on it, but system does not allow. Right now in Ahmedabad case, still the premium FSI is cheaper than the TDR. But sometimes some market situation erupts where the TDR certificate per square meter is lesser price than your premium FSI, which you are buying. So, this is the TDR. Now, next topic is TOZ. So, before that, I think we will not go for some. The topic is TOZ, Transit Oriented Zone. which I will explain.
Parking, there is no provision for doing that. Somebody does a construction of parking facility
Where he is doing? In his own plot?
in his own plot.
I will tell you. Yes. I will tell you one interesting story. Some 8, 10, 12 years before, BRTS was under planning. Right? So, the capacity of BRTS is 2.5 lakh passenger per day. But on a auspicious day or on public holiday, they are getting till 1.25. Normal day is a 60,000, 70,000. This is an average. So why people are not utilizing BRTS? So one is there is no parking near BRTS station. And with not having that parking, and second thing, you don't have alternative for last mile connectivity. Last mile means if you are dropping yourself at Helmet Crossroad, and now you are staying at Gurukul, how you will go? There should be a battery operated car through that. It should be going at each interval of 20 minutes. So after 20 minutes, maximum by 20 minutes, you will get a small battery operated car starting from Helmet Crossing BRTS junction towards that. Then second such buses will be there going up to the Sussex Charasta. Third maybe go up to the Sardar Patel colony. Fourth may go up to the Vassapur Sarkari Vasahat. Fifth may go up to the LD College of Engineering. So if the last connectivity is there, then your ridership instead of 60, 80,000 will increase. And second thing is not having the parking. So if you provide the secure, safe and appropriable cost parking, then your usability will be definitely increased. So I put one scheme. If there are few things like on metro, there is a Sussex Society. Sussex Society is in R1 zone. But their internal road, Akash is here. His father was a secretary and his father was a great consulting engineer, Sarath Bhai. So, you can avail 2.7, but you have to construct parking plus 7-story building. But their road are 6 meter, 7.5 meter, 9 meter, so they cannot avail that. Second thing, now nobody wants to stay in an apartment in Sussex Society. Why? So more than 60% commercialization has been done. So people are running from Sussex Society and they are going other residential area, right? But residential zone does not allow them to construct a commercial building. So what they were doing, they will pass as a studio apartment, which is allowed in a residential zone, and then they convert the studio apartment into a small offices. So which is illegal. Change of use is there. So I put that there is your Jantri rate. There is a 2.7 FSI. So if one owner having 1,000 square meters, so he is eligible for 2,700 square meter. And Jantri rate is 10,000. So 2.2 crore he is fetchable. Now you put the market coefficient. Okay, right now in Sussex Society, what is the market price? So instead of, you put a coefficient of 1.2, 1.4, 1.5. So in 1 rupee, he will donate this land to Gandhinagar Mega Corporation or Municipal Corporation. So they will get a land. Now in that 500 square meter or 1,000 square meter, how many cars or scooters will be there? But don't see like that. Put another tender. Okay, 2.7 parking building has to be constructed and you will get TDR. So people like us will file that construction, we will construct the 7-story building as per their standards and we will get TDR. So they have not to pay a single rupee for creating that parking. So I was telling them at least 25, 30 such people will come. Those who want, you are not acquiring that land. In some cases, the metro line is just 6 feet, 8 feet away. So nobody will buy his property. So instead of that, you are putting up the parking plot. That is the parking building for metro. So such thing can happen in parking, but still for parking there is no exclusive provision. Yes, sir, that is a good suggestion.
What are the control to use a FS?
Control means?
Say the road width, height.
First thing, FSI is related with R1, R2, RAZ, TOZ, and CBD. So 1.8, 2.7, 4, 5.4 is the FSI. Now FSI is governed with a height. If you are on a 12-meter road, you can construct up to 30 meter, 8 or 9 story. If you are lesser than that, in 9 meter, you can construct up to 4 story. If you are having a plot more than 1500 square meter and having on 18 meter wide road, you can have a full FSI. But the plot shape and size will also generate.
One buys that TDR will not be consumed.
It is consumable. In each and every case. In most of the cases, only barring like a case like a Sussex society, where 30% you have to provide the parking for residential and 50% you have to provide the parking for commercial. So 30% in 1000 square meter plot. So 2700. So there are 27 apartments. So there are minimum 27 cars. So how you will provide 27 cars? It is only 3 stories. Parking plus 3. Yes. So in that case, you are tempting him to my innovative idea, that surrender your plot to municipal corporation, you will get your square meter into 2.7, into Jantri rate, into market coefficient. Otherwise, that is an unutilized, highly urban service plot is unutilized. That is also a national wastage. When some 15 bungalow, nobody buys the bungalow for residential purposes for Sussex society. There are various other cases, like near Doctor House, there are few societies. It may be case near Jain Nagar and other near Paldi also. This is not only the Sussex society, there are few things. So they can give their plot and they can encase the money. Maninagar area also. Yes, you are right. Yes? That is the question cannot be answered here. It requires to be answered in a very much holistic way. One is FSI. So what is FSI in Manhattan? So it's a 12, 13, 14. So in our Assam Road 5.4 is good or bad? Then what is the landman ratio? If China is having per each citizen some 13,000 square meter, America is having some 26,000 land per citizen, and we are having only 3,800 or 700 land per square meter. So optimum use of land is very much required. Third thing which will come in TOZ, few things. So I think your answer will be given by that. So land is a very precious thing. If you put the TP scheme in Rachada, right, people will ask the police chowki, people will ask the primary health center, people will ask the stormwater drainage. So already the urbanized zone, you are not having that level, that decent level of infrastructure you are not having. And you are just increasing the sprawl. So it is a smart growth versus sprawl. It is a different planning theory. Where the land, TDR generating area may be non-agriculture or maybe agriculture, right? But it does the land conversion, the revenue code doesn't have to any relation with GTP and UDA. So if your land is in agriculture zone in your Satbar Utara, but in R1 zone, then your quantum of TDR is decided. Now you have to sell it. So who will buy? If I am having agricultural land, I am not having the building permission, I will not buy. So it will go to the residential purpose, and there is no differentiation between residential TDR or commercial TDR. So you can put in a commercial building and use as a commercial TDR. You can put the same in a residential building and use the residential TDR.
This can be happen within municipal limit or it can be applied to entire.
The provision is different. In Ahmedabad case, Ahmedabad TDR should be in Ahmedabad metropolitan area. So in Auda area, you can use that TDR. Generated on a relief road, generated by Heritage House in a Mandvinipur. So that you can use in Shela or Shannon itself. But the road TDR, you have to utilize in AMC limit. So why they are doing, I cannot understand. If your road widening TDR is there, you have to use in Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation limit only. But other TDR, slum TDR, heritage TDR, you can use in Degam. Degam is in Auda zone, Auda limit. Ahmedabad metropolitan area, Ahmedabad urban agglomeration area. No. And Virakam doesn't need, I will explain you. No, you are getting the money. I will, how I will give you? I will give you. There is no slide, but I will explain. I will explain very. No. One thing, just. There was a provision. Some slides were there in my redevelopment masterclass. What happened? Suppose on Vijay Charasta one apartment is there, right? At that time when the apartment was constructed, there was a 1 FSI. Right now, what is the FSI? 2.7. You have to consider 2.7, right? Because prices, the land prices is suppose 1,20,000 in that area of a residential building. TDR is at 25,000 into 0.4. It's at 10,000. So payment FSI is only 10,000 rupees per square meter. While you are buying, land is 1,20,000, 1,10,000. No. Mm. One thing you understand, there is in isolation engineering department of corporation is working, and in isolation town planning and estate are working. So it was never considered that this is the FSI. Only TCS Tata Consulting Company was designing our sewer line and drainage line and all that line. So it does not have direct connection, but it may have to be augmented. I agree with you, but what are the benefits and how you have to augment it?
I think it will not more benefit rather than more suppressive because we are going to a chaos.
You are not going to a chaos, and don't ask such question. You should have one question and you can put all the things. So each your things will be covered in one my answer. Right? Before my answer completes, you are asking another point. One thing, a house is a apartment constructed in 75 on a Vijay Charas, I have seen. It is a pre-earthquake building, right? At that time, there was no M20, M25, M30. It was a hand mixing. So you can see the quality of RCC during those days. At that time, the technocrat people were not there. An overseer was constructing and designing the things. At that time, there was no IS code for earthquake resistance building. So that building is, if earthquake comes after 5, 10, 15, 20 years, so it is going to be collapsed. These are, right? So now by doing this TDR mechanism, you are getting earthquake resistant building. So this is one. Second, earlier it was a 1 FSI. Now it is FSI is 2.7. So each member is getting 30% more. So 2 bedroom will convert into 3. 3 will convert into 4. Right? Without paying a single paisa. They are getting some gift money. I don't want to induct, but this is a major. So members are happy. Third, in Mumbai, there is a 1,000 crore budget there is a separate board. Mumbai Dilapidated Building Construction Board. So Mumbai, you know the Pagadi system, old tenant, property prices are high. So sometimes the building is going to collapse, they give the notice, but people are not vacating. So they come with the girder, the structural engineer will see the things, and the corporation itself, with his own cause, they are supporting the building. Each year some 200 to 300 building in an old island city. So that is going to be a case in Ahmedabad after 15 years, not today, after 20 years. So you are avoiding that scene. Fourth thing, the earlier apartment constructed in 1970 was not having the sustainable development. Now it is a compulsory to provide solar. It is a compulsory to put STP. It is a compulsory to provide rainwater harvesting. So now the new construction is more sustainable, right? Fourth thing, earlier from that plot there were 50 apartments as per one. Now due to 2.7 there are 90 apartments. So the corporation is getting how much? Property tax of 90 apartments. So their apartment property income has been doubled. Third thing, there is an age factor in a property tax mechanism. So if your flat is 70,000, 1970 flat, and Nitesh Bhai's flat is 2010, and both are having the 2 bedroom, or more or less similar size, your yearly bill is only 1,800 rupees. While 2010 will have a 12,000. And for today it will be 18,000. So how much gain corporation will get it? Fifth thing, if there is a road line or if there is a local area plan. So when they go for a new construction, automatically local area plan, road widening, that proposal is automatically got implemented. And sixth thing, what is the income of premium FSI? In a 10,000 square yard plot, I paid one single check of 35 crore rupees to Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation. As 1.8 was a free, I was getting 5.4. So 3.6 I have to buy. And into, it was a 11,000. So 3.6 into 11,000. So how much thousand? 40,000. Right? And what is the price of Jantri during those days? Today is 80,000, 90,000. So 35 crore rupees I paid. So what for? What for? They are taking my property tax. Now they will get double the property rate. Instead of 50 houses, now they have got a 90 houses. So this 35 crore is for augmentation of infrastructure. That they have to do. If you say that there is a burden on it and burden on it, it is a burden. But why they are collected? I was just, at that time, Mr. Nehra was a municipal commissioner. He was very close and I had some informal relation. So I was telling him, okay, sir, there is one Mithakadi underpass and there is one Sabarmati riverfront. So why don't you put one flyover from this 35 crore? You have taken from me, and at that junction, you put a 35 crore, but it is goes to the common corpus, and there is always an issue. There is a mechanism that is not a scope of today's discussion. Thank you. Should we continue, Deepak bhai? Okay. No, I'm okay. TOD, Transit Oriented Zone. What is the meaning of transit? A commuting line is a transit line. A road is a transit line. So any public, either BRTS, public buses, or metro, or there are monorail. Ahmedabad doesn't have. Mumbai has a monorail. Or Delhi has a light motor rail to regional connection. So there are 3-4 things. So they are the transit zone. So on both the side, they earmark 200 meter or 100 meter on both the side. Right? That is known as a transit zone. So in Ahmedabad DP, first it was introduced in 2013. And at that time, BRTS was in operation. So what happened? The prices on Amli Road was at 30,000 rupees per square yard. After TOZ, so it is in R2 zone, so their FSI was 1.8 maximum. Now it becomes 4. So within a fortnight, I have seen that the prices of 25,000-30,000 has been increased to 60,000-70,000. And after that, it's a real estate speculation. So today is more than 3 lakh. But I just want to say, from within a period of 3 to 4 or 5 months, one planning decision, means TOZ, has created double the prices. So there is a land use and there is a transport planning. So where they both cross, particularly in residential zones, some transit line is going. And how they decide 100 meter, 200 meter? So in our Indian condition, which is Ahmedabad is a semi-tropic, arid, hot region. So how much people can walk? They want to promote the transit line. They want to promote the public transport. So they have taken 200 meters. So within 5-7 minutes, you can go. So why TOZ is required? Rapid urban growth. Huge growth is coming by 2030, 2047. More than half of the India will be urban. And in that case, you are utilizing the valuable agricultural land. You are not putting control on your population. You are not having proper infrastructure. So instead of that, TOD, instead of 50 houses, now you are giving 90 houses. So for that 40 houses, you don't require to go to Shela or Godavari beyond. So rapid urban growth, urbanization has led to horizontal growth. No issue. Huh? No issue. So second is a horizontal growth. It's a sprawl. So if you ask any municipal engineer, what is the cost of providing all civic amenity? Water supply, drainage, stormwater drainage, road, and street light. These are the 5 civic amenities. It is more than 2,000 rupees per square meter. So instead of putting more houses in a developed area where all the facilities are there, do we afford to go up to Racheda? So this is the horizontal growth we should curb. You can give in Racheda, but HIG, villa and bungalow you allow there. Otherwise what will happen? In Racheda, the slum will erupt. If you don't allow, then slum will erupt. So allow such R3 type of such development in those areas which are under stress. There is a huge demand and you are not allowing anything. So the marginal farmer, those who are OBC farmer, and they are in need of money, they will sell it to anybody and he will create a slum. Priyadan Bhaini Chali, right? Then Third is the increased strip length. What is strip length? Ahmedabad has a still compact city. If Ahmedabad you compare with Pune, Hyderabad and Bangalore, more or less we are 90 lakhs present. Pune is 85. Hyderabad maybe 100. Bangalore maybe 110. So trip length in other cities are 13, 12, 14 kilometers. So from their house to their working place, either it's office, factory or anything. So they have to travel around 8.5 kilometers in Ahmedabad, while they have to travel 13, 14 kilometers. So your travel time is 1.5 times minimum. If you assume the road and vehicle density and road width and road pattern is the same, even though to travel 8 kilometers and to travel 14 kilometers at least 1.6 times will be your time consumed. So that is an increased trip length. Higher usage of private vehicle. People will go up to Rachada. So Rachada will not have that efficient public transport system, which driving road has got. So people will tend to have a two-wheeler more. And due to more wheeler, your AQI, air pollution definitely will increase. And when you are allowing up to further area, there will be a more demand on infrastructure. So how TOZ is beneficial? The old building which are in 1960 to 2000, so few buildings are 3-storied apartment. You have seen in our city, in Navrangpura itself. There are 5-storied building in Navrangpura, apartment type. Similarly, you have a 7-storied building which has been constructed after 2013. So these are the building. Now potential for redevelopment. Why the potential is created? You are giving 4 FSI instead of 2.7. So it led to excellent opportunity to have a new apartment, to have a larger apartment, to have an apartment with a modern amenities like gas line and this line, like that. You will have a more parking, you will have a more modern material. So developer will be benefited, local government authority benefited, existing members will also be benefited. So it is more or less TOZ, we are talking about one zone. But in TOZ also the TDR is there. TDR is for all the areas. It may be R1, it may be R2, it may be CBD or TOZ. So additional funds to corporation for additional services of LAP, which I have made you understand. The Honorable Bakul Bhai has asked me, and I tell 35 crore rupees I have given for only a 10,000 or 11,000 square meter plot to corporation as per the old Jantri. After that, the Jantri has been revised once. So if today I construct the 70 crore, so that is urban sustainability, as the pollution will be reduced, your trip length will be reduced, a new building will be constructed. At the BU level, you will have to plant 2 dozen, 3 dozen, 4 dozen trees also. So compared to old, these are more sustainable. So 8 to 10% their income in the fuel, more fuel, now it is less fuel. On TOZ are you staying? That's why less maintenance. Then increase in walk efficiency. Today I gave that last mile connectivity. Why? It is 1.2 kilometer, the Subhash Circle on Gandhi, on a Gurukul Road. Or it is about 1.8 kilometers the Sardar Patel colony. So that's why you need this last mile connectivity or electrical buses or any type of that. But now I am saying that on 200 meter, instead of 2.7, there is a 4 FSI. So density has been increased, and due to that density, the people, those who are occupants of that area, their vocabulary increase their work efficiency also. So this is the TOD policy, National TOD Policy 2017, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. This is particularly, again, I will draw your attention. I am very much happy with the present ministry, who has done lots and lots of things, present NDA 1, NDA 2, NDA 3, in urban areas. We are urbanites. Our future is also urbanized. So in that case, this TDR has removed some 50,000 slums due to this policy. Road has been widened. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, you are getting huge. Then Affordable Housing Mission, PMAY Yojana. Then for smaller municipal corporation, Amrut and other Yojana. So this is a national TOD policy. Framework for TOD. There should be a planning framework. There should be if there is a local area plan, then your TOD concept will decrease the vocabulary. Right now, suppose from any house, one has to go to nearest square. So they have a big route. Now local area plan is there, then the local area plan will give a small walkable road to that place. So they can go. So planning framework is must for TOD, governance framework as I told you, and financial framework. आप TOD बोल रहे हो, लेकिन आपने जोन कर दिया, but you are not running the efficient metro there. So the basic public transportation mechanism should be there. Then and then TOD will work. So density allow higher FAR, mixed use allow mixed use. What is mixed use? Padhya ji? Mixed use development. नीचे पान की दुकान, ऊपर गोरी का मकान. So that is a mixed use, right? So network design, as I told you, accessibility and connectivity will be increased. And you can do, you are earning a lot. So civic infrastructure, you can have a complete street, like CG Road has been twicely done. Excellent footpath, excellent level of the footpath, surface of the footpath, central verge, nobody can cross the central verge, excellent street light, designated parking, some street benches. So all is, you can do the good street. Placemaking. By doing that, you can create some more crossroad where you can feed the pigeon. There will be a chabutra. There will be some Hanumanji temple. So a place can be, and in the evening, you close it for vehicle. So non-vehicle. Like Commerce 6 Road. So people can go from Ishwar Bhuvan towards other. From Dada Saheb Pagla, they can go to Sussex Road. And you close that road. So that place will be so happening after 7. So place making, build form. Your build form will be increased. And few people, now there is a, you might be knowing that. If you go for a green building, there is a, you will get few FSI. They are also giving TDR on green building also. So few people will be tempted. In any building we are making green. As our Honorable Prime Minister has said, in 2070, India will be carbon zero. So in each and every small step, not use a ban of plastic, putting plantation, tree plantation, putting battery operated car and buses, so Euro standard machinery, automobile machinery. So we need to stop the thermal power station. There will not be thermal power station after 15, 20 years. This Ahmedabad electoral power will not be there. And that's why they are acquiring acres and acres of land near Virangam and other area. And they will have a big solar power like Adani have in Rajasthan and at few places. Khavda. Parking management will be increased. So, why? The cost of BRTS and cost of MRTS means metro. See the difference. It's a double the price. So generally, sometime we are in hurry and there is a designated route for BRTS and most of the citizens say it, कि they have made our road congested. But actually you have to use that public transport. Then definitely the two-wheeler, four-wheeler, they will use that, and then BRTs, yes, is a base solution for in Indian context. I will tell you the Lucknow, Cochin and Jaipur metro, all three cities are 1/3 of Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad is around 90, Lucknow will be 33, 34, Jaipur will be 31, 32, Cochin will be lesser than that. They had got earlier metro than Ahmedabad. It may be a political decision. But right now, hardly 12,000 people are plying per day. And if 30 rupees, 40 rupees, 50 rupees is so they are not getting 4-5 lakhs rupees. Only security guards' salary per day is more than that. So we have to copy down the Western infrastructure immediately. It should be there in Mumbai, it should be there in Delhi, it should be there in Ahmedabad, it should be there in Calcutta or Chennai. But right now, I think we went to, I think Bhargavi was there, Dineshbhi was there in Nagpur during our family trip. Our hotel was just adjacent to metro station. We went there and we had a good time. But there was no train was coming, no passenger, nothing. All infrastructure worth crores of rupees was idle. And being a Gadkari constituency, our all stations have MS railing and MS thing. All there were much SS, 304 SS things were there. So there was another in 2006, National Transport Policy was there. And they were saying integrated land use, means mixed use. Then there should be a transport plan. Till AUDA development plan has no transport plan. There should be a transport plan. How much carrying capacity of a particular 132 feet wide road during peak hours, not during non-peak hours. It is to be not constructed, so there should be a transport plan. Multi-mode public transport system. So only through one ticket, you can use the AMTS, you can use the BRTS, you can use the MRTS, and at few places, you can change your mode. So you will get the AMTS from the same bus stop of helmet crossing. You will get metro from the same bus stop, and you will get, so from one mode you can transfer to another mode. Use the cleaner technology. This is 3Ds of TOD: density, diversity, and design. These three words, it increases the density, and density is good. I will explain you in a different way. It gives diversity. Diversity means you can have lower density also. It is not compulsion. Your plot is in TOZ, so it is a compulsion in RHZ. If you are in affordable zone, you have to construct flat and flat only, and it should be 2.7 FSI should be consumed. But here in TOZ, if you don't want to use the 4 FSI, you can go. So there is a diversity and there is a design. So design of public spaces, design of local area plan, design of air-conditioned metro station, design of a grocery shop, air-conditioned shop while going or coming out of the metro station. So this is a enabling transport. So you can see the private vehicle, then freight, goods vehicle, then public transport, AMTS buses, then cycle or non-motorized and walking. So like Netherlands, Finland, which are the smaller state and smaller country, but at least we should have some areas where there is no vehicle and you can walk. And you will get metro station, you will get garden, you will get public offices in that area. So finally, we want this enabling transformation, which may happen after 40, 30, 60 years. How the metro station in Delhi, metro station has got a number of the TOD, different type of TOD has been utilized other than the TOZ. We have spoken about the station area development, which has been done in Delhi, where there are 3, 4, 5-story parking is there. Above parking, there are the rain basera is there. Above parking, there are offices are there. Above parking, there are retail stores are there. So social benefit I will talk, economic and fiscal benefit, and environmental benefit. So TOD policy, which I have told 2017. Now it is very much compulsory in this budget. Some 500 crore has been earmarked for TOZ. And suppose any Nagarpalika, smaller having like Vapi or Nadiyad having 3-4 lakh population. New municipal corporation has been added, like now Nadiyad is a municipal corporation. So in that case, you can utilize this fund. You can buy the electric vehicle, but before that, in your development plan, there should be TOZ. If you don't have a TOZ, they will not give you. Oh, this is the various objective, again objective. And these are the few things, influence zone. So there is a station hub in between. So A, B and C. So what will happen? In C, 1-bedroom apartment will come. They will walk. Because they don't have money. In B, the prices will be high and there will be 2 and 3 BHK apartment. In circle A, there will be a mixed use. There will be another high-end commercial. All can come. So it is recommended in the policy 10 to 15 minute walk. If you make more walk, people will not walk. So your basic aims and objective of TOZ will be collapsed. These are the interconnected net of street network, informal sector. There should be a place for informal sector. In each station area where your vendor will come, that hawker will come. So if you make a successful policy, then manage parking, non-motor transfer network. If somebody wants to go like Nitesh Bhai, he used to have 20-30 kilometer cycle walk. So if there is a motorized zone where only the non-motorized cycles and walkers and joggers can go, then it will have more success. All you can read, mixed land use, optimized density. So by doing that, it required some support principle tool. So sometimes they don't have. So your buses, like AMTS buses and right now in BRTS buses, corporation doesn't have money. So they had been given to a private operator, private driver, and per kilometer corporation is paying. Instead of it is going vacant or full. So it is a PPP kind of model. Then safety and security camera and all that things. There should not be a dark area near such station. green building approach you can do by doing this land value capture. What is land value capture? Somebody can explain me? What is a land value capture mechanism? We'll start with 1961-71. The work of municipal corporation is more or less same. Provide water supply, drainage, pakka road, street light. So these are the same. But up to 71, out of 100 rupees, 61 rupees the corporation or local self-government or Nagarpalika were raising from their own sources. Only 11% was government support. So GST share, state government share, or Amrut share, or anything. Only 11%. And remaining 15 to 20%, they are getting something to be done in a margin tradition from a donor. Or some temporary loan of 2, 3, 4 years. And then they pay back. So this was a scene all over the India. 61% was their own tax and non-tax revenue. Now what happened in 2021? After 50 years? The 61% local self-government value has been reduced to 12%. So they are collecting only for their 100 rupees to spend for civic amenities. 12 rupees they are getting from the people, those who are utilizing their services. And 66% is a government support. And remaining 20-30 is a temporary commercial loan, municipal bond and other means. Selling some plot. Octroi was one of the reason, but now they are getting share. So without octroi, it is a 6% decrease from 61 to 11%. It is only due to 2-3 things. One, as per is my assumption, one is people are utilizing 24/7 water. Earlier we were not utilizing. Morning 1.5 hour and evening 1 hour. So cost of such civic services has been increased. Similarly, the capacity of stormwater sewerage is directly linked with your water supply. So it has been increased. Third thing, earlier the salaried of municipal employees were very much lesser than the government employee. If you go back, I think Dinesh bhai may support. So assistant engineer in corporation may be getting X, and the same assistant engineer in government will have some 20-30% more. So these all things, and fourth is politicization. A slum dweller, you have given a 30 square meter decent house, pakka house, but you are not able to collect a property tax from him. He is spending some 300-400 rupees on Sunday to have a bhaji pav with his family. But if you ask 1,000 rupees per annum property tax, then he will not pay. And that will affect your election scenario. So on one hand, you are not able to increase your revenues. So, principle of TOD. So, informal sector should be integrated. Traffic, we have done. Non-motor transport, mixed use, optimize the density, inclusive habitat, complete street, multimodal integration of transport network. Then how it is even done. We were talking about the land value capture. Sabarmati riverfront development is a land value capture mechanism. How? It was unattended river passing through the mid of the, and there was data in 71 flood how much water content is required. So they design their cross section for that discharge. By doing that, they are getting on both the side reclaimed land, right? So that reclaimed land, which will fetch, their cost is something lesser than 2,000 crore. But by selling this 15%, they will have 6 or 8,000 crore. So it's a government, it's a municipal corporation. So I will not use word the profit. But 4,000 crore or 3,000 crore will be a surplus. So what to do? Use that 3,000 crore and extend the Sabarmati riverfront development. And that is the why not do, okay, there are few other decisions. Up to Gandhinagar it should be there. So it will ease the transport, it will ease the traffic. And when there are likelihood of Olympic, so before that, if this is there, so it will add something to city's beauty. So Mahua has prepared 2016 guideline, and there is a planning process for local authority, how to do. So 5 steps. One step is put the TO zone and give more FSI. Second, do the proper survey. If somebody is 102 meter away and somebody is 99 meter, so have some full station survey to incorporate the transparency. Then third will be give some market, vibrant market. If earlier there was a only commercial zone on Assam Road, whole CG Road was a residential zone, right? So what happened? People passed the residential building as a nursing home and they converted into commercial uses, right? So have some mechanism where people can buy the TDR also. So if they have put the TDR mechanism on CG Road, so they all were small plots. So you will find hardly 2 or 3 high rises. At that time 1500 square meter was a required minimum size of the plot. So only city center or Anil Bakeri or any other 2, Swagat, these are 2-3 buildings where I have more than 1500 square meter. Other were the low rise building. So you have to decide the influence zone, high density compact development, mixed use development, mandatory and inclusive housing. So when you are giving the FSI more, like few cities, in Chennai, in Calcutta, in each colony you will find 1 BHK houses. Some 10% or so. So that is called inclusiveness. In a 4 BHK, some IAS officer is staying, and in 1 BHK, his peon also may be staying. So you provide some inclusive provision. Multimodal integration. If one has to change his mode from AMTS to BRTS, so there should be a provision for that. Then don't neglect the NMT users, cyclists and other people, non-motor transport. Street-oriented building and make a vibrant public space. If you have seen the CBD presentation of Dr. Bimal Patel, so like Connaught Place, it is mentioned that each new building will have a facade. So that's why you will have you can see the facade in my West Bank or Krupal Pathshala, there is another building, or there is another third building where Garvi was there. So all have that facade. So you just see, if all the buildings have such facade, then it will be a nice experience to walk through the street also. Manage parking. Parking should be there. And value capture financing. So you are capturing value by doing this, by TOZ. So for successful supportive framework are required, we should have coordination and implementation, communication and outreach, statutory support. Right? How the land value capture will happen? Inherent asset value. Okay, suppose on Sabarmati riverfront, near Usmanpura village, there were the slums. So at that time the price was 5,000 rupees per square meter. When you improve, remove the slums and put them at another place, value goes to 10,000. Then you put the road, value goes to 25,000. And when you develop the open space and parking and other facilities, it goes to 40,000. So that landlord is benefited. By whom? Due to public authority investment. Who has invested? The public authority has invested. So, there are a number of the things you have to take some portion of this surplus land value capture, LVF, land value finance, to city, to public. So one is like TP scheme. You are donating 10-15% to sell them off. It's a land value capture. In Sabarmati riverfront, those who have been benefited make their property tax double. It is also there. Or one-time betterment. You pay per square meter some rupees. So your prices was X and now in 10 years it has been 3X. So pay us. So these are the land value capture various mechanisms. This is the Mumbai, Kolkata. Kolkata has a suburban railway. Mumbai in 1850. This Mumbai railway was started 1850. What is the potential? So by 2016, 20 cities are having 835 kilometers of metro, which has been, right now it's old data. So there are 910 stations, so you can make the stations vibrant. There are 115 interchanges are there. There is a Rail Land Development Corporation Authority who is doing the work at our Ahmedabad railway station. So by that, in that case, land value capture is done by the railway. So similarly, what are the challenges? So multimodal interaction is not there in Ahmedabad also. Interchange is not there. Informal mode, today also there is a chakado. Today also there is a, which rickshaw it is called? Subtle rickshaw. So you have to stop. Then and then you have to push. You have invested some, this much lakhs of crore rupees in investment. A history of dense inner city development. Like in, why you are waiting, there should be a setback. Go to Singapore, go to London, go to New York. There is no setback is required. Without setbacks, you can do it. So you can consume more FSI, and instead of, after putting setback, your building is 20 story to consume 5.4. If your setback has been reduced, so in 8-story building will be there having the same, you can consume 5.4 FSI. And by constructing a 8-story building, your construction cost will reduce, so your real estate cost will be reduced. You can have a faster delivery of your product, real estate product. Third, 37-story building, what will be the fire cost? And what will be the fire cost in 7-story building? In 7-story building, there is a zero fire cost. In 37 building, there will be a 4,000 to 5,000 rupees per month per apartment will be a fire cost. So instead of that, go for high density, but with a low rise. So this is a Delhi and Ahmedabad. This is an old figure, but you can see in Delhi, 160 kilometer. Right now it is a 500 running kilometer Delhi metro, more than 500 kilometer. While we have got 12 kilometer first stretch and second stretch another 46 and another phase 2 which is going to Gandhinagar, which has been just started, is a 30 kilometer. So if you don't have extensive network either of BRTS or of metro, your investment will not be, you will not find a break even. See, Delhi has a 450 square kilometer influential area. This TOZ, while we have a 60 square kilometer is a TOZ area. Thank you very much. Still there is two presentation, but sometime next. There is a one presentation, excellent presentation on FSI and one on local area plan. So any questions? No. This is a part of my aptitude, part of my. Right now, each week I have to go to deliver a lecture. So sometimes it is on plastic, sometimes it is on urban flooding, sometimes it is on slum, inclusive housing.
We would also like to bring to your notice that the sponsor for the today's session is Adani Cement. So a huge round of applause for Adani Cement, Ambuja Cement and ACC. However, as there are no further questions, I would request Shri Deepak Patel, President of GICA, to present a moment or to Shri N.K. Patel, sir. So, as a gratitude, we would like to present two mementos to all the sponsors of all four sessions. So, we'll start with our first sponsor who had sponsored our lecture on 28th December 2024. So, I would like to invite Shri Chirag Patel from PC Snehal Group. I would request Shri CL Mehta, Vice President of GICA, to felicitate. We also welcome Bhargav from PC Snehal Group. Now we invite Shri Nitesh Bhai Shah from Neha Consultants, and I invite Shri Saurin Shah to present a memento to Shri Nitesh Bhai on behalf of GICA for sponsoring a lecture which was held on 18th January 2025. I now invite Shri Vikas Shah to present a memento to Shri N.K. Patel sir on behalf of ITPI, as he had also been, ITPI was also one of the sponsors for this session. So, sir, we would like to honor you for your support as a chairman of ITPI.
એક સાથે લઈ લઈશ કે ગુરુ પૂર્ણિમાના આશીર્વાદ બાકી છે તો પટેલ સાહેબ.
I now request Shri Bhargav Bhai Desai, past president of GICA, to present a memento to Shri Umesh Bhai Soni on behalf of Ambuja Cement. And I would also like to call Hitesh Bhai on dais, please.
I like that, and I said our engineers should also have this knowledge, and that's why we are bringing it. And next year also we will work out, no problem. We are also working on concrete series. In fact, why Aditi has not floated the flyer, but we should concrete series 3.0, which also we are doing from next month itself with 4 lectures and 2 site visits. Right? So this is also why Nitesh Bhai is helping us and guiding us on this with all support. So there will be full-fledged program throughout the year.
So now I request Shri Rakesh Bhai Parekh, Secretary of GICA, to deliver a vote of thanks.
Jai Hind. On behalf of GICA, I would like to thank our esteemed and inspired speaker for today's evening, Sri N.K. Patel sir. We are thankful for their kind acceptance of our invitation for this informative and interesting lecture on Transferable Development Rights, Transit-Oriented Zone as Tools for Urban Renewal. This lecture is the 4th and last series in the Master Class Series 1. Lectures and earlier lectures were conducted as mentioned below. 28 December 2024, Gujarat's growth under Indian infuse. Second, 18 January 2025, redevelopment tool for urban renewal. Third, 28 January 2025, post-independence new towns. We are thankful to Ahmedabad Management Association, Gujarat Chamber Commerce and Industry, and ITPI Gujarat Regional Chamber for their association in arranging the master series of lectures. We are thankful to our sponsor, Messrs. PC Snell Group, Messrs. Knowledge Studio, Neha Consultant, Messrs. Sun Builders and ITPI, and also Ambuja Cements, Adani Cements ACC for their support in conducting the master series of lecture. I would also like to thank the audience for their patience and hearing the interesting data shared by the speaker. I also announce some future programs. Low carbon, high performance concrete overcoming challenges in high rise and infra projects. 19 July, Saturday. હમણાં જ આપણને જાણ તો કરી છે. નેક્સ્ટ ઇઝ સૌર્યગીત on 14th August, Independence Day 15th August, blood donation camp 15th August, and also one is balanced due to rain, technical tour of Sanathal Bridge, which will be planned earlier in short times, and we will inform to all. Please take the dinner at Patel Hall. Thank you. Tomorrow also arrange tree plantation program at 9 o'clock early in the morning. So please join at DPS school, near DPS school. 16 also January, 16 August, જન્માષ્ટમીમાં કૃષ્ણ ભક્તિના ગીતોનો પણ પ્રોગ્રામ રાખેલ છે. થેન્ક યુ.